Picture this for a second. It's 11:47 p.m. On one side of the city, Maya opens a chat window on her phone for, I don't know, the 12th time tonight. She types out, "I miss you." Her thumb is just hovering right over that send button, and then she deletes it. Meanwhile, across that exact same city, Alex has the very same conversation open on his screen. He just stares at the silence, locks his phone, and literally convinces himself that this quiet is just better for both of them. Okay, so let's dive right into this, because what we're looking at here is the intense, almost palpable psychological tension of two people fighting completely different urges. Neither one is texting, but neither has actually moved on. You've got one person wrestling with this agonizing urge to reach out, while the other is just exhaling, finally soaking in the relief of a sudden drop in emotional pressure.
Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we are breaking down the fascinating and honestly wildly misunderstood silent battlefield that pops up when an emotionally sensitive partner and an avoidant partner cut off communication. We're going to explore the hidden psychological timelines, those sneaky little traps we all fall into, and ultimately answer the big question: who actually breaks the silence first, and what does it really mean when they finally do?
Section 1. The setup. Two people, one silence.
So when Maya and Alex first met on a dating app, they both genuinely wanted a real relationship. And the data actually backs up these kinds of intentions. A 2026 survey revealed that 58% of online daters are actually out there seeking an exclusive romantic partner. So they weren't just playing games with each other. And man, that initial connection, it was electric. Alex was super present, remembering all these tiny little details, and Maya finally felt safe enough to just let her guard down. The friction they eventually hit didn't come from a lack of desire, but rather, well, they regulate intimacy in completely opposite ways. The very moment Maya expressed deeper affection, that sudden closeness basically triggered Alex's deep-seated need for space.
And this perfectly illustrates the trap they fall into, which is known as the anxious avoidance cycle. It's kind of like this endless loop. Maya expresses affection, right? But to Alex, this feels like an intense emotional demand, so his instinct is to withdraw. Maya immediately senses that distance. Her anxiety spikes, and she tries to pull him closer just to get some reassurance. But that just makes Alex feel even more suffocated, so he pulls even further away. It's absolutely crucial to realize here that neither partner is the bad guy. Maya isn't being too needy, and Alex isn't just cold. They are simply, and kind of tragically, activating each other's deepest psychological defenses. They're totally trapped in this exhausting cycle of pressure and panic.
Now, the heavy toll this takes, it's totally backed up by science. A 2026 study that followed 263 couples linked attachment avoidance directly to this specific kind of withdrawal communication, which, unsurprisingly, drastically lowers relationship satisfaction across the board for both people. So, exhausted by this constant push and pull, Maya finally puts her foot down and sets a firm boundary. She tells Alex she just can't live in the uncertainty anymore. Alex suggests taking some space, and for the very first time, Maya agrees. Boom! The clock on the no-contact period officially starts.
So here is the incredible 41-day emotional journey we're about to track. We are going to follow Maya and Alex through the immediate aftermath on day 1, a very modern digital hurdle around day 18, a complete emotional role reversal by week 5, and finally the big climax on day 41.
During that first week, their realities honestly could not be more different. Maya feels the loss instantly. She wakes up completely frantic, she's reaching for her phone, rereading old texts, her mind is just creating these constant emergencies like, what if he never cared, or what if he meets someone else? She is literally desperate to send just one single message to end that agonizing uncertainty. Alex, on the other hand, he just exhales. For him, all that emotional pressure is suddenly gone. No more deep, heavy conversations, no more expectations, no more fear of letting Maya down. He actually feels calm. He focuses on work, he sleeps great. The distance totally deactivates his threat response. See, Maya assumes his silence means he never gave a damn, but in reality, he is just experiencing this profound, quiet relief.
But as we move into days 8 through 21, the silence starts doing its real work. Maya's nervous system actually starts to adapt. She stops checking her phone every 3 minutes. She starts seeing the relationship for what it really was, rather than what she desperately hoped it would be. And more importantly, she stops asking herself how she can make Alex stay. Instead, she asks herself this one pivotal question: did I actually feel safe with Alex? The very moment she asks this, that toxic pattern finally begins to crack.
Meanwhile, Alex is experiencing a massive shift of his own. He starts noticing the void. There are no check-ins, no texts asking for reassurance. The silence, which at first felt like this amazing, peaceful vacation, starts feeling strangely permanent. Because all that emotional pressure has evaporated, Alex's brain finally has the bandwidth to process positive memories. He remembers her laugh, her warmth, and he does it without feeling suffocated by a demand for closeness. He actually starts to miss how she made him feel. But, and this is a huge but, we have to remember, simply missing someone does not magically grant you the relationship skills needed to actually keep them.
Section 2. Day 18. The Digital Trap.
This is where the whole modern ambiguity of social media threatens to completely derail the healing process for both of them. Maya posts a quick photo of herself out at dinner. Within like 6 minutes, Alex's name pops up on her viewer list. Her heart starts racing. She instantly thinks, oh my gosh, he misses me. So naturally, she posts another one the next day. He watches that one too. Without even realizing it, Maya is no longer just living her life, she's performing it. She is desperately trying to translate a passive little digital footprint into a secret, hopeful message from a guy who still, by the way, refuses to have a direct, actual conversation with her.
And science shows us exactly why this is so dangerous. A massive study of 762 participants, published in Science Direct, found that active checking and even just passive exposure to an ex-partner's social media is directly linked to way greater distress and significantly worse breakup recovery. Maya eventually realizes she's still trying to communicate through this muddy ambiguity, so she makes a really empowering choice. She hides her stories from Alex, not to be petty or to punish him, but to truly heal herself. The digital door slams firmly shut.
And that brings us to week 5, where we witness a total emotional reversal. Look at how the tables have completely turned here. Maya is so much calmer. She's reached this really profound realization. She had been building a relationship with Alex's potential while merely just surviving his actual inconsistent behavior. She's finally finding some peace. Alex, conversely, is deeply unsettled. The door he always assumed would just be propped open for him is now firmly closed. The guy who felt totally trapped by her attention is now panicking over its absence. He's drafting texts and deleting them. He is finally, truly confronting the pain of losing access to Maya.
Section 3. Day 41. Who breaks first? The tension has been building for over a month now, and then we finally arrive at day 41. Maya is just going about her day when suddenly her phone screen lights up. It's Alex. The text reads, "I know we haven't talked, I've been thinking about you, and I miss you." Maya feels that immediate rush of adrenaline. He broke first. But she catches herself because she recognizes a really vital distinction here. Alex sending this text means he is reacting to the pain of losing access to her. It does not necessarily mean he has suddenly transformed into a reliable partner who can stick around when things get hard. Sure, he broke the silence, but has he actually broken the cycle?
Section 4. The 4 tests of a genuine return.
To figure this out, Maya applies a seriously brilliant framework. We're going to walk through the 4 tests of a genuine return, which helps distinguish between a fleeting emotional reaction and true, lasting transformation. The first 2 tests are all about acknowledgement. Test 1. Can they clearly name their pattern? And I don't mean just saying things got complicated, but actually owning it. Like, I withdrew because I got scared. You cannot change a pattern you completely refuse to name. Then, test 2. Do they understand the effect this had on you? Do they get how much their silence hurt you? Or are they only focused on talking about how much they suffered missing you? That's a big distinction.
Next up, we look at action and boundaries. Test 3 asks for practical changes. Have they actually started therapy? Are they actively learning direct communication? Because repeated actions reveal a person's capacity, while promises only describe their intention. And finally, Test 4. Can they respect your boundaries? A truly changed person won't pressure you to instantly take them back and pretend everything is fine. They'll actually understand why trust takes time to rebuild.
So Maya agrees to meet Alex at a cafe for one final conversation. She sits and listens to him say how hard it was and how much he really missed her. And then she applies the tests. She asks him point blank, "When you feel overwhelmed again, what are you going to do instead of disappearing?" Alex just looks down and says, "I'll try not to." Actually, trying isn't a plan. He has no plan. He has no true ownership. He fails the tests. Now, the old Maya probably would have clung to his emotion, but this Maya, she walks away. She realizes that successful no contact isn't about getting the person back. It really succeeds when you no longer need their return to feel valuable.
And that leaves us with this incredibly powerful thought to reflect on. Breaking the silence is easy. Breaking the pattern is the real test. It's such a great reminder that silence itself doesn't heal a relationship. It merely creates enough distance for the truth of the dynamic to become completely visible to both people. So if they do come back, don't just ask if they missed you. Ask if they actually learned how to stay.
Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope it gave you some clarity, and I'll catch you in the next one.